What up, guys? How are you doing today? Today, we're going to discuss rounding. What is rounding? Oh, backwards. So rounding means make a number simpler or keeping it close to what it is. And what does that mean? I don't know. No, I'm just kidding. So that means when we round, which we're going to use later on in life, we're going to use estimation as well, but today we're going to just discuss rounding. It means keeping a number as close as possible or keeping it simple. So let's say we have 457. In elementary, we ask you to round to a certain place value. So we have 457, and I ask you to round to the nearest tens. So what do? First, we identify the place value, tens. We underline it. That would be digit 5. Then the number to the right, we circle it, and we do this jingle. Whoop, it fell. Wait. 5 or more, let it soar. 4 or less, let it rest. That means that if the number to the right is 5 or more, we add one more to that place value. If the number to the right is 4 or less, it stays the same. In this case, the number to the right is digit 7, so 7 is 5 or more, so we're going to add 1 to the place value we identified, so that 5 becomes a 6, right? So now our new number that we rounded is 460. And here's a jingle that I saw a while back on another video, and I can't find the video, but if you do, you can drop the link down below. He says, "Be a hero, all the numbers to the right turn to 0." So that means that once we round it, every number to the right of the place value, in this case it's just one place value, which is ones, it turns to 0. So 5 or more, let it soar. 4 or less, let it rest. Be a hero, all the numbers to the right turn to 0. Now we're going to do a word problem. Follow along. Pause the video if you need to take notes, and let's work it out together. All right, guys, here we have a rounding problem. Rounding is very essential. Rounding estimation, we're going to use, I guess, for the rest of our life. More estimation as we grow older, but rounding is the essential. Think about it as the foundation. I always say the foundation. One has to start before the other. Rounding lets us know what place value we have to round to. And rounding, think about it. We don't want an exact number, but close enough number, right? So when you hear rounding estimation, you want an about number. So with rounding, it's just specific to a place value. And let's go ahead and get started, right? Mr. Avalos has 9 and 375 thousandths liters of paint. So this number goes to the thousands, right? What is the number rounded, excuse me, guys, to the nearest hundredth? So we're looking at hundredth. So I go ahead and write it out, 9.375. And as always, I always house them, right? And what's the purpose of housing? That lets me know I don't make a mistake when looking at each place value. So I go ahead and look at hundreds. Now hundreds is 2 places over to the right from the decimal. So we have tenths, which is the digit 3, and hundreds, which is digit 7. So I underline that. So once I identify the hundreds, I can go ahead and get started. I look to the number to the right, I circle it, and I say my little chant, 5 or more, let it soar. 4 or less, let it rest. So 5 or more, and 4 or less. So if I have 5 or more, I'm going to let it soar, meaning I'm going to add 1. And if I have 4 or less, it means let it rest is going to stay the same, right? So in this case, it's 5 or more. So I add 1
I add 1 to the 7. The 7 becomes an 8. Now I learned this on another channel. I can't find the guy's name. If not, I would go ahead and give him credit, but this is not mine. He says a little jingle, and as he says, be a hero, all the numbers to the right turn to 0. So that 5 becomes a 0, 3 stays the same, no need for regrouping, decimal 938. So now let's look at N because we house them. Let's see, 9, F, G, H, J, they both have 9, so beep, 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 beep. 3 in the tens place, oh, F doesn't have that. G does, H does, and J doesn't. So I cross that out. So a process of elimination. I went from a 25% chance of getting it right to a 33% chance to a 50% chance. And now let's go to the final number, 3 and 8. So G has 8, H has 7. So bam. So the answer is G. And that's how we round.